All right. Are we at 5 minutes? Awesome. Hi, I am Jenna. I am a holistic practitioner, and I am here to talk about foods, to help the foods and herbs to help the Yoni be healthy, guys. So I hope this is beneficial to you. If you love this type of information, go ahead and put up a number 5. And yes, I will be chewing gum during this video because it just helps me with my brain and it keeps me acclimated. All right, so let's start out. We're going to talk about some Greek yogurt. Here we go. Greek yogurt. This is very beneficial. This is something that I just literally started to do. I am 39 years old. I'll be 40 in a few months. I'm going to keep announcing that because that is a milestone. It is something awesome, and I always, basically made a promise to myself that the older I get, I'm going to get wiser, I'm going to get healthy, and I'm going to take care of this temple that God has literally just loaned to us. He loaned this to me, and he said to respect the temple that he made. And so one way that you do that is by putting things in the body that is not going to hurt, harm, or hinder the growth in which God wants us to be. You know what I mean? He wants us to be fruitful. He wants us to be multiplying. He wants us to be abundant, live in abundance. He doesn't want us sick. He doesn't want us to, pass away before our time. So that's why I love doing this. I love giving information to people, to basically help to lengthen their life. And it's all about, it's not just about years, it's also about quality. So, okay, with that being said, Greek yogurt, okay? No flavors, no sugar. In fact, this Greek yogurt, I like to teach people, always read the ingredients. Anything that you don't make yourself, anything that's processed, you always want to read the ingredients. You always want to read the nutritional facts. I mean, that's basically what you need to do. So this has 5 grams of sugar for 3/4 of a cup. It's protein 16 grams. Okay, so I'm on like a low carb diet / keto, so I need a lot of protein. But what's more important, what's mostly important, is it has 5 live active cultures. So you want to do Greek yogurt, not just regular yogurt with sugar and all of that. That will basically do other things. Okay, so this is what, ladies, you should be eating at least 4 to 5 times a week, if not every day. I myself don't do it every day. I just started today with putting a fruit in it, which I'm going to get into in a minute. All right, so who in here eats yogurt or Greek yogurt every day? If so, put up a number 15 if you actually eat yogurt every day. So did you guys get that? Get your Greek yogurt. It's trans fat, it's non-saturated fat, 4.5, 8 grams of fat, total carbs 5. It's pretty good, guys. So you want to go ahead and just do yogurt. Let me slow down a little bit. Did you guys get that? If you got that, go ahead and hit the heart buttons. In this bag right here, I have olives. Yes, olives. Who in here loves olives? If you go ahead and put up a number 72, that will let me know that you love olives. Yes, olives are very, very good for you. They're a little on the salty side, but like if you're doing a low carb and things like that, you'll find out that you'll need more like natural salts. But anywho, olives are awesome. There's great fat in them. It's good for your skin. It's just good all around. Good fats, okay, guys? So go ahead and get you some olives and just pop them in your mouth, and you can put them on your salads. You can put them on a sandwich and things like that. Another thing is, if you're a person who has a lot of yeast infections and things like that, I would suggest for you to stop eating things with yeast. And that is breads, is the main thing that we eat on a daily basis that has yeast in it. Stop eating yeast. Stop eating things that is going to cause the growth of yeast. Because the rule of thumb is you can't kill yeast and eat yeast. So anything that is claiming to kill yeast, I think, is kind of false advertising, because the way that you ultimately kill yeast is by not feeding it in the first place. We have like natural yeast in our bodies just a little bit. But what happens is it just grows out of, it just grows too much when you're having too much sugar and things like that. Okay, so if you got that, go ahead and hit those heart buttons. We're going to say olives. Olives are good. Eat them every day. Let's go to something that I actually drink. I drink green tea. If you notice, it is decaffeinated green tea. Make sure you are following me on my YouTube. This video may not stay up on here. I'm going to put it on my YouTube. So make sure you're following me on YouTube. My information is actually in the description. Make sure you subscribe and cut on the notification bell because it's full of all of my great videos over there. Go and subscribe to the YouTube, guys. It is called My Holistic Counselor. All right. I'm going to go real fast in this, so y'all going to have to take notes. Okay, we're going to do green tea. I drink green tea about maybe 4 or 5 times a week. I don't do it every day because it's a huge diuretic, but it's really, really good for anybody who has glucose issues, if your sugar's high, things like that. If you're stressed out, this is really good. What I do is I boil the water, and I get me a cup. Here's my cup right here. And I just put the hot water in here, let it seep. If you want to like drink it right away, maybe put a little bit of ice in it to cool it down, or just let it seep and drink later. But green tea is awesome. It's good healing agents in it. It's going to help your sugar to not be high. It's just really all around good to keep everything clean and smelling fresh, because it's all about keeping your sugars at a good level, guys. Okay? If you got that, go ahead and hit those heart buttons. Okay, what do you guys think this is? This looks like Christmas in here. These are cranberries, the real cranberries. Yes, I had to do this because I suggest this on another video, and I want people to know how they look. These are fresh cranberries. These particular cranberries are actually the type that you get that are like during like Thanksgiving, where they're like in the, it's called crayons or whatever, I forget. Is it ocean spray? I don't know. But, and what we do is we wash them off and we eat them. And so what I do is I just go ahead, break it off. I also put this in my yogurt. And they're bitter. They're not sweet. This is how real cranberries look. I know you guys like the ones in the bottle with all that sugar. Don't do that. You want to get this and you want to eat it. You can also blend them up and drink the juice. But what I do is I combine these two. Because cranberries are good probiotics. What do cranberries do? They help to basically keep the bacteria levels in your yoni area at bay. It also helps with your urethra, so it keeps away UTIs. It protects you. And like puts a nice little protective coating around things so bacteria cannot adhere to it, grow, and cause issues. So get you some fresh cranberries. Here we go, we got some lemons. When life gives you lemons, you make lemonade. Lemons, any type of citrus fruit is really good, but lemons are great. The sugar content is low. This is going to be awesome for digestion. I drink this every day. You can drink it chilled, or you can drink it room temperature, or you can actually drink it warm. Each situation does something differently. So of course I like it chilled, like lemonade. You know, I just squeeze a nice lemon in my water, no sugar, no honey, no nothing. I just go ahead, squeeze this in, and there you go. That's what I have in here. I have lemon water. Now, if I'm having issues with digestion, or I'm getting a little bloat, or I feel things are not moving fast enough through my system, if you will, I will basically warm up some water, some filtered water, and squeeze some lemon in it and drink it warm. Warm liquids just basically are better for the system because it's going to help you to eliminate, okay? So when we drink a lot of cold liquids and ice, I know it's cooling, I know it's very, you know, it tastes well, but really it's not good for us, especially when you're drinking cold liquids with your food. It's going to lock things up, and it's going to basically cause it to basically not be able to move throughout your system. You're not going to be able to absorb your good nutrients and things like that. And also it can make you constipated. So it's very, very good for you to drink warm liquids. That's going to also help your environment stay clean, because when you're constipated, that means that you are keeping on to toxins. This is great information for people with fibroids. If you have fibroids, more than likely you're not going to the bathroom effectively to rinse out all of those bad toxins and extra estrogens, okay? Apples. An apple a day will basically keep your estrogen being high away. It's really good for us women, especially over 35 years old, when things start to kind of dissipate, especially estrogen levels start to decrease and other things start to increase. That's why you may deal with dryness, you may be dealing with infertility and things like that. After 35, things start to go awry, okay? Meaning wrong, left, somewhere you don't really want it to be. All right, unfortunately. So eat your apples. You have a choice to eat it with the skin on or not. I don't know, the jury's out on that, but the skin has all of the fiber and everything, and fiber is really good too for your body, so you'll be able to eliminate. And that's another reason why a lot of us are not going to the bathroom effectively, because you're not getting your required amount of fiber. So yes, apples are really good for the yoni. All right, I have another tea here. Peppermint tea. Peppermint tea. I know all of this may be backwards, I'm not sure. Peppermint tea is just great for the digestion. Okay, it's great for digestion. That's what it's for. It's for keeping you regular. I drink this 2-3 times a week to get things rolling, to keep them rolling and things like that. And so peppermint tea is awesome for your environment as well, because it's going to help you get rid of toxins. That's where odors come from. That's where infections come from and things like that. Just having too many toxins in the body. Okay? Liver health is very serious. All of these things that I named are great for liver health. There's another great herb out here that I have a lot of. Yes, turmeric. Turmeric is awesome for your liver. Liver is very important, guys. I'm going to tell you what it does. Thank you so much for the stars. It detoxes the system. Okay, it gets rid of your estrogen. Okay, it filters your blood. All of these things, when they become dirty and filthy, will basically cause the woman's body and the man's body, but we're talking to women, it causes the body to fill up with toxins and cause issues, cause dis-ease, and cause problems. Okay, so the liver is very, 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 very serious. And so these are the things, this is one of the things that I do amongst many other things that I do to protect my liver. How do you know your liver is not functioning well? Well, if you have a protruding gut, more than likely your liver is not working well. If you have any kind of dis-ease like glucose issues, type 2 diabetes, high blood pressure, if you have fibroids, if you have heavy cycles, if you, yeah, those are some indicators that your liver is not working correctly in your kidneys. And so that's why you do things like these cranberries, and you live a life with low sugar. Sugar is not good for people who already have pre-existing problems. You have to really be strict on yourself. I hate to use the word strict, but you have to be serious with this matter if you really want to deal with it naturally. And so that's what I do. I help people deal with anything that they're going through naturally, holistically. Okay, it's nothing wrong with having your doctor and having a holistic approach. It's nothing wrong with that. I think we're in the times where a lot of natural things are being talked about, like turmeric. It's no secret that turmeric is good for you. It's no secret that these are like natural things that I'm talking about is out there. Okay, let's talk about enzymes, guys, real quick. Enzymes. All right. it's really good for you to digest your food. We're eating all of this food every day, but are we digesting it? And are we getting the nutrients? Even if you're a person who eats healthy and you eat, very consciously on a daily basis, if you're not effectively digesting the food, you're not getting the benefits from it. Okay, so yes, make sure that you're doing enzymes and taking enzymes every day, 2-3 times a day. Another thing that will help, somebody asked how much turmeric. That's when I go in and you have to pay. Everything that I'm saying, this is an umbrella video. If you want something specific, please go ahead and join the group. This is actually a bonus. I usually don't do this. This is a bonus today. I'm trying it out to see if people actually appreciate me just being straightforward. But yes, support the brand of health and holistic health, guys. And if you're really serious, I would love to be your holistic practitioner. Please join my holisticcounselor.com so we can get into it, so I can be specific with that. Okay, guys? All right. Another thing that I take personally to keep everything flowing and going is called psyllium. Okay, psyllium is awesome. If you probably never heard of it, but it's the main ingredient, like in Metamucil and things like that. Yeah, I'm getting 40 years old, and yes, I need to take regular fiber from my food, and I also need to do supplements. And so I also suggest people to start to do that and do some psyllium. And once you start getting more fiber in your life, fiber in your diet, you will see a whole different situation. BV will not really be able to thrive in your body. If you drink water, water is awesome, especially if you're doing all of this herbal therapies with fiber and everything. You are going to need more water in your life. If you were mentioned, thank you so much for coming in, and things like that. This would be a great video for you guys. Does anybody have any questions? I'd like to take questions right now. If you have any questions. Another thing, guys, exercise is something that you have to do every day. Some type of movement. You would be surprised that just the fact of not exercising and moving this body will lead to having more odors and infections. I like to talk in analogies sometimes. It's like we're 70% water at least. The body is 70% water. And so water has to be moved around. If you had a bucket of water in your room right now and you left it there without being circulated or changed out, the water will start to mildew and have an odor. Well, just think about the body. Like, we're 70% water. And you're welcome. She said, thank you for mentioning me. You're welcome. We're 70% water. And if we're just sitting around being docile and sedentary all day, things are just going to basically linger in our bodies. It's going to start to have issues. It's going to start having dis-ease and disorder. And so you have to do exercise. Do you have to be on the treadmill, sweating and all of that? No. In fact, I wouldn't even suggest doing all that stressful exercising. I think it's more for look than for actual benefits. Where can the natural cranberries be found? Cranberries can be found at any grocery store, in my opinion. I mean, most grocery stores in my area has them, but the healthier the grocery store is, the more apt you may be able to find them. They're very seasonal, so if it's not around Thanksgiving, sometimes they don't have them in the fresh fruit area, or the produce, I would say. And so every if it's off season, you can get them in the freezer section, and they're just as good that way. Okay. Anybody else have any questions or concerns? I'm trying to look. Cinnamon. This is something that I have been taking for a long time. Just cinnamon, guys. Cinnamon is very good for the body. It is antibacterial, and so basically it is going to help you to not be a person that has bacteria. It's going to help your sugar go down. That's one of the ways that I actually help myself with glucose problems, is I take cinnamon on a daily basis. It's easy to take it in pill form because it's already allotted for you. You can also take the cinnamon that's in, like, buy the big huge cinnamon. We actually put it right in our cup of water or tea, and we just drink that. All of my teas, okay, you're welcome. All of my teas, all of my drinks, for the most part, I don't have any sugar in them. I just don't. I gave up that issue a long time ago, and I'm talking to people who really have a problem, and you want to, basically get rid of the problem. You know what I mean? You're so welcome for the mention. No problem. And I just gave it up, 15, 16, what's this? Yeah, 14, 15 years ago. I just had to just give up sugar. And so now sugar is something that is not something I feel like I need. In fact, I look at it as the enemy. I look at it as I have it sparingly. If you look at the food chart, this is how they teach us to eat. They teach us to really feed yeast. I'm going to tell you why. What is the base of the food chart? You guys type it up. I'm going to make sure that you guys are hearing me. Thank you so much for the stars, guys. What's the base of the food chart? Carbohydrates. So you have carbohydrates being the base of your food that you're supposed to eat on a daily basis. And then at the beginning or the top of the pyramid, you have salt, sugars, and fats. Well, the thing about it is you have to minus the sugar. It's supposed to be the other way around, because, see, the carbs turn into sugar. And so if you're a person who eats the macaroni, the potatoes, the rice, and the bread, and the noodles, you are going to basically circulate a lot of sugar in your system. Literally everything we eat turns into sugar. I mean, it is. So you have to be more aware of what you're doing. You're feeding the problem when you do that. So one thing I did is I kind of switched the pyramid, minus the salt, of course, and I eat more fat, which takes me back to this good old Greek yogurt. I mean, if you follow me long enough, you know that I don't like dairy too much. I eat it sparingly. It's a treat for me, but I had to cut out dairy because I didn't really feel like I needed it. Well, when I was 39 and a half, my body was a little bit different, and so I had to do my research and go into my mental Rolodex and things like that and figure out what was going on and what I was not doing correctly. Well, I don't eat fat. They teach us that fat is bad, but fat is actually good. Our brain is made up of fat. Fat keeps us full. So if you're not eating a lot of carbs, you have to increase the fat, okay? To basically keep you rolling and going. You can't completely starve yourself of that. So that's what I do. You do not need bread every day. Bread is a treat. It is not something you have to have at every meal. Some of us, we eat bread literally for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You may eat 4 or 5 slices of bread a day. Well, with the wheat gluten that's in that bread, most bread have wheat gluten. If it doesn't have wheat gluten, it has yeast. So these two ingredients, these major ingredients that's in our breads every day, is getting lodged in our digestive system, which is clogging us up. We're not eating enough probiotics. We're not eating enough prebiotics. We're not getting any kind of enzymes to break anything down to compensate for all of this stuff that we're placing in our systems. And then all of a sudden it shows on our skin. That's why you have a lot of acne. Acne is a sign that, first of all, your liver is bogged down. So instead of trying to cover it up with makeup, which in fact makeup is going to make your liver work even harder, you want to go inside of your diet and start to change your diet so you can start correcting these things. But yeah, I mean, that's basically what happens. So your liver is getting bogged down with all of these problems, and then it's like a circle. And so that's the difference between, our doctors are awesome. They're great for emergencies, but they're not great for prevention and how to basically keep things from happening. Like one year I got a UTI a few years ago, and I was like, how did I get this UTI? Because I'm the type of person, whatever I get, I want to know how I got it, number one, and I want to know how to prevent it. And that particular doctor was not able to really give me a full answer on why I got it. So I had to go and I had to do the research myself and things like that, and literally revamp my whole, not diet, but my lifestyle. And sometimes our lifestyle feeds problems that we have every day. And so we just want to take pills, and we want to take, you know, like magic things and prescriptions, which are fine. But this is just as good, if not better. You know, if you're having issues with your, you know, BV and your odor, you got to get in your kitchen and have some fruit. And this is low glycemic. The glycemic index is very, very important, guys. Google it, glycemic index. And so anything over 55, any number, because it goes all the way up to 100, anything I think over 55 is high. And one thing that's in 55 levels are potatoes, noodles, and things. That's not even the 55. It's up in the 80s. So you have to be very eat those sparingly. But as far as your fruits, you can put what type of fruit that you want. Like if you want to eat a pineapple, which I feel like that is like the enemy. Do not eat pineapples if you are a person who has all of these infections, because they're very highly sweet. Go on there on Google and find out what the glycemic index in there. And if the glycemic index is over 20, I wouldn't eat it. I wouldn't, you know, the 55 is too actually high for me. I want to just, you know, be between 0 and 15. That's how low in sugars that I eat. And so don't think that fruit, just because it's fruit, does not make it where it is a free food. And yeah, that is a real topic. Free foods. What are free foods? Free foods are things that you can eat as many of them as possible, but it's not going to spike your sugar. And more than likely, it's not going to cause any kind of disease, disorder, or discomfort. Okay, like a cucumber is a free food. Water, that's a free drink. Things like that. Yeah. Okay, so does anybody have any questions or concerns, guys? This was a bonus video, guys. I may keep this up on this platform, I may not. So I'm gonna give you a few seconds to go over to my YouTube. Go over there and subscribe. Go over there and subscribe right now to the YouTube. Make sure you cut your notifications on. And I'm going to pick one person right now that can actually come in the group for 1 month, no charge. But I'm going to pick from someone who actually subscribed to my YouTube. My YouTube is attached to the description right now. Go to my YouTube right now. And all you have to do is subscribe. And also enter me enter me in my last video, which I think the last video that I actually posted was a video of my husband and I eating some low-carb spaghetti. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and thank you so much for those stars, and I'm going to see if you subscribe. I'm gonna pick one subscriber, new subscriber, to basically come into the group for 1 month for free, and I can help you. All right, if you have any questions about this subject, go ahead and type it up, and I can answer as much as I can. And I saw somebody who said hello to you. So go ahead and subscribe. Let's see if we get any subscribers. And if you want to know what my channel is about, it's about health. It's also about good cooking. I'm gonna go ahead and cook like cauliflower pizza. Like basically, I try to give like healthy alternatives to things that people like to eat on a daily basis. Hello, blessings to you too. I see you. I see you guys. Let me see if you guys are actually going over to my YouTube, and let's see if I got any new subscribers. Some people will subscribe and won't want anything. I have so many people who actually, they never want anything free. They just, you know, want to be nice and private, and I do get that as well. So I drink plenty of water a day. Plenty. I drink plenty of water, at least almost a gallon. Some days I'm not able to get the gallon because it depends on like how much activity I have. Like if you're sedentary, obviously you're not going to drink a gallon of water a day, nor would I suggest it. So you have to kind of move to get those that extra. Okay, so I got a few people who actually, to get those extra toxins out of your body, I got a few subscriptions. I'm not sure if I got any. I don't know if you put the comments in, and the reason why I said for you to comment, so I can actually pick from one of the commenters, so I can actually give them the promo. So if you don't like comment under my last video, which is called "How Cheesy Is This Spaghetti?" That's my last video. My husband and I were on there chilling. Okay, so let's see. So we're going to do a little recap. Oh, I have one more here. Fish oil. Fish oil is so important, guys. It's so important to eat every day. I try to eat real fish too, but you're not supposed to eat too much fish. You're supposed to not like surpass 1 or 2 pieces, 1 or 2 days of fish. But I do the oil every day. My husband and I, we do this every day. And instead of swallowing the pill, what we do is we actually bite the pill, take the oil, and keep it moving. So what we do is, this is the fish oil right here, if you've never seen fish oil. And we just pierce the pill and squeeze it, and then we take it that way. That way, your body doesn't have to basically digest that. And this stuff right here, I just don't know what that is. And it could clog you up, you know what I mean? So that's what I do. I pierce this and take it, and there you go. So I don't know if that'll help somebody. And we just take regular, like, fish oil. I also take codfish oil as well. It's great for your hair, skin, nails, your liver, your kidneys, and all of that. It's going to help you to basically, if you have arthritis or if you have any kind of stiffness going on, it'll help that as